Kevin Trailblazer Holland out of the great state of Texas remains a player across 2 divisions. A lot of people believe welterweight is where he belongs, and he has looked the part in recent outings, to be sure.
Yeah, he's looked very good. And the best thing about Kevin Holland and going back down to 170 is that he's not undersized, so guys can't just take him down and hold him down. That's why he struggled when he was fighting up at middleweight. He also is being able to stay active. I wondered aloud if him going back down in his weight would make it harder for him to fight as frequently as we have become accustomed to. Nope, Kevin Holland is still as active. He's still having as good a time every time he steps inside the octagon, and his skills go much further at welterweight than they did up at middleweight.
Kevin Trailblazer Holland, ready to battle and take home that elusive UFC gold. Well, the biggest fight in the sport for most of these lightweights and welterweights would be if Nate Diaz showed up in their bracket. But you got to do something for this man to sign on the dotted line. Fan base is all the rage as Nate Diaz returns here tonight.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is one of those guys that you just feel for. The emotion, the connection, seeing him as a young kid become the star that he is today. Right? We have seen him on so many occasions elevate to a level that you didn't expect him to do. He's got great boxing, his cardio is amazing, and he has that really I don't give a expletive to him that allows for him to be the man. Nate Diaz is awesome.
Kind of makes you want to get a 209 tattoo.
You got one.
Nate Diaz steps inside the octagon yet again. Diaz is ready to fight. Tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the main event introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kevin the Trailblazer Holland. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Nate Diaz!
Herbert Dean's in the building. Here's the 3rd man in the octagon tonight. All right, great to have Nathan Diaz back on the proving ground here tonight. He's been a little bit inactive over the last few years, but he insists he's been doing all the right work and believes that Richard Perez boxing going to be heard from against this fellow striker tonight.
It's always so important to Diaz's success, his boxing, but tonight it's going to be much more important. He needs to be the guy that's going forward, pressing, and making his opponent back up. When he was able to hurt Leon Edwards, he had him backing up. He cannot retreat. He's not a great counter striker. He's got to overwhelm his opponent tonight if he wants to get a victory.
Oh, now across from Nate Diaz. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
And Nate now has power. Think back to Leon Edwards when he got the crosshold and hurt the former champion. Nate Diaz has a tremendous boxing skill set, and it is highlighted by that beautiful cross.
Diaz gets clipped from that offering, but seemed to absorb it well. I'm not actually sure how much of it actually landed cleanly. So not a ton of action here early, but a lot of high-level striking as the fighters try to get their reads.
Yeah, these dudes are trying to figure out how they want to approach this fight. It's a long fight, so you take your time and make sure you know exactly.
Oh, the uppercut lands. He snapped his head back with a counter.
It looks like he's hurt. He better be careful and try to find a place to recover. Uppercut.
Holland's forehead is bleeding now. Cut is open. lot of movement from Nate Diaz on the feet and always responsible when it comes to that goal.
Yeah, he used to keep his hands really high. Keep that shell up, hand in front of the face. He only takes his hands down when he's out of range to be hit. Nate Diaz is a very calculated striker.
Oh, straight punch lands flush on the counter. Nice deception with his footwork. And again, we're a broken record when it comes to the reach advantage. Certainly helped him out there. So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Nate Diaz. Well, if you have ever found the zone on a basketball court as a shooter, you know what this man is feeling right now. He's got all the skills flowing tonight.
It's happened for me a number of occasions where the basketball hoop looks 6 feet wide. I mean, this guy tonight looks like he can put a basketball in an ocean and he can hit a takedown from a mile away. He looks amazing.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body.
Oh!
You heard him again. He's got to try to finish here.
Oh, not a lot of defense there.
Johnny cannot keep taking these shots to the head.
Oh! As advertised, through 5. Heading back to the corner now after a competitive round. And Holland's got a nasty cut above the eye. The cut man has some work to do here between rounds. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
Ready to fight? Ready. Go.
All right, round 2. Oh, roundhouse kick. Style points on that one. Man, there it is again. Easy to paint the narrative in this fight, right? DC body kicks continue to add up. Landed another one there for good measure. All right, well, he's had his striking on point tonight, and as evidence, some swelling now on his opponent.
Yeah, light swelling right now, but if he doesn't...
Oh, what an uppercut there!
Nasty uppercut lands right on the button. He almost put his opponent down. He's still up right now, but he can find the finish there.
Body shot.
Oh, looking to fire back now. He is tougher than he
Trying to stay alive in there. He's hurt very badly, but his fighter's heart is carrying him in this fight right now.
All right, so he's landing. Man, these fighters might get bonus checks by night's end. Back and forth action throughout.
I mean, we love it. We love when two guys are evenly matched. And tonight, these two are showing not only are they evenly matched, they're fighting at a level above anything we've ever seen them do.
Holland's in full guard. Lands the ground and pound strike. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Butterfly guard, pretty effective. You don't see it every day.
No, you don't see it every day anymore. But if you're the dominant fighter, you've got to circle him off of the octagon side, separate his body from the fence, so then you can gain secure top control.
Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. All right, so we didn't see any takedown attempts from the BJJ player in round 1, and as yet, he still hasn't attempted it. Oh!
Fight's over.
Nate Diaz has done it.
Unbelievable. He's a savage.
to make this title fight official. Here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Nate Diaz.
All right, so Nate Diaz adding to his legend in a big way here tonight and really showing you, DC, that he can still compete and beat the very best fighters in this division.
Every time he steps into the octagon, he's very prepared to get the job done.